Welcome to a chart nerd technical and fundamental analysis video. Today we will be discussing the likes of several hot topics, one of which will be Velo. We have some very exciting news that I want to cover today. A few other topics will be touching base on my overall outlook of the market and what my views are for the rest of 2025. So do stay tuned. Nothing that I say is financial advice. Let's dive in. So the first piece of information I really wanted to touch on today was the fact that Kraken Pro yesterday announced that Velo protocol perpetual futures are now live with up to 20x leverage. Don't be a degen. Fantastic news, expanding the reach, and this is great signs for Velo. Could we potentially see some sort of listing with Kraken in the future? Who knows, but this is a very good sign to be listed on the Kraken Pro perpetual futures for Velo. Great signs right there. So the second piece of information that I really wanted to share with you guys today is the fact that Velo has had strong ties to the EV industry in Thailand. We already have a partnership with UPower back in August of 2024, where we signed an MOU to focus on a trading platform for battery banks. UPower, if some of you are unaware, is a vehicle sourcing services provider with a vision to becoming a comprehensive electric vehicle battery power solution provider in China. And back in August, they announced it had signed the MOU with Velo Labs technology. So keeping that in mind, we have the partnership with UCar and UPower in regards to the battery bank platform. Now, if we fast forward to today, Prime Minister of Thailand has met with China to discuss several topics, and the dates set are between the 5th and 8th of February, so they're ongoing now. And these discussions were set to cover the economy, trade and investment, but focusing on promoting long-term investment, particularly in sectors vital for green and digital growth, such as EV, semiconductors and data centers. So we have the Prime Minister of Thailand already discussing several of these hot topics, and they are planning to at least set up 14 MOUs and sign them. Now, Velo already has its own MOU with UPower that are based in China for the battery bank trading that was set in 2024. And I've said here, I'm pretty sure EV was a hot topic and potentially an area where an MOU may have been implemented between the two giants. And here are my sources. So again, just touching base, electric EV battery power solution provider in China announced that it had signed the MOU with Velo Labs to establish a battery infrastructure ecosystem, investment ecosystem in Thailand. And now it says here, the electric vehicle industry has investors from several countries, not only China, establishing production bases in the country as the business offers potentials. If the development of EV manufacturing can progress to reach its full potential without any interruptions, Thailand can likely become the production hub for EVs in this region. So exceptionally bullish news here. The Prime Minister of Thailand and the President of China are together discussing 14 MOUs that are set to be signed. EVs are highlights and hot topic in regards to green energy and digital solutions. And Velo already has the MOU with UCar/UPower, who are the leading the leading battery power solution provider in China. Fantastic news for Velo. I will try to keep up with that as much as I can. Now, coming over to some other news, which is also really bullish, but at the same time very speculative. This is a very sort of hot topic at the moment, and there's a lot of controversy on this project. This current infrastructure that is being underway. Now, the third piece of information that I wanted to share today is in regards to the blockchain-backed digital wallet system, the new digital wallet system that is being facilitated for the Digital Baht Phase 3 handout. Now, this is a very controversial topic, and a lot of the information right now is speculative, but we're here today just to put some of the dots together. So if you're familiar, only a few days ago, the Thai Enquirer posted a post stating that the trial phase with the new blockchain-backed digital wallet system is underway. Sorry, this was less than a day ago, actually. So the open loop system with commercial banks for phase 3 of the 10,000 baht cash handout is complete and currently in the trial phase, expected to last 1 month for system testing, said the Deputy Finance Minister. Now, it's important to note that in this, it says the ministry previously stated that phase 3 will be launched through a new digital wallet system powered by blockchain technology and accompanied by a new application. So they've reverted away from the previous phases, which I think they used the Thang Rath app and also Prompt Pay. But Prompt Pay, I do believe, ran into registration issues, and the Thang Rath app had some issues in regards to its, The Thang Rath application for the digital baht handout ran into some security issues. Hence, the new hence the look for a new blockchain-backed system. PS, Velo is trustless and secure. So there was a lot of back and forth between the Ministry of the Digital Economy and Society and the Thai government amongst security concerns. Now, the Ministry of Digital Economy confirmed that the information or data in regards to this application or applying for the 10,000 baht couldn't be leaked as it was developed with high security against cyber attacks. But if we come over to the right here, the minister was also responding to rumors that the app did not meet the Personal Data Protection Commission standards and as a result, user data might be at risk of being leaked. And it says here that additionally, a business continuity plan and a disaster recovery plan have been outlined in case of disruption. So the previous methods that were used for this digital baht handout have now been reallocated to blockchain. And if we think about it, and it comes to blockchain technology in Thailand, Velo already has an established role here. Now, again, albeit speculative, we have to add these dots together. Velo is trustless and secure, and the blockchain facilitating system is perfectly set up to adhere to this infrastructure. So again, just on that sort of topic there, the digital wallet app that is set to be released is due out by March. And this was highlighted to me by Cryptic Wombat. Thank you, Wombat, for pointing this out. And we may have some answers and more information then that we may be able to tap onto a little bit more. Now, it's also worth noticing that on last Monday, Prasad has said that his ministry had selected the developer of the app, but chose not to announce the name of the company. Now, we already know that Velo has some NDAs from previous AMAs between Pat and Mr. Tribodi, where they can't announce certain things due to certain regulations. Now, obviously, this has been under the radar, and even the ministry itself has refused to name or announce the name of the company. So does that tie in again with Velo? Who knows, right? Speculative, but a lovely piece of information to dot there. Now, coming over back to the sort of potential that Velo has here. It was highlighted by Antonio in this post that I put up about the Thang RAF application for the prior releases, and AI gave him this answer, right? So it says Thailand has been utilizing the Tang app and it's primarily digital wallet for cash handouts and government financial support programs. So I did a bit of digging. The Tang app has a lot of users and is specifically used to promote, I think it was welfare and what was it? There was another function just to deploy certain handouts. That was it. I think it has the ability to be able to be involved in this handout process, is what I'm trying to say, is what is specifically designed for, to facilitate these type of things, right? And it says here that the Tang app is related to Velo, developed by the government of Thailand, functions as digital wallets, and is part of a broader initiative to promote cashless transactions. Now, if we come back over to this post about the Thang RAF application, there was a post here that was related to AI from Antonio that was specifying the Tang app and its relations to Velo. However, I have done some more research, and AI gives mixed responses in regards to this being the case. Now, the Tang app is already an established e-commerce wallet app in Thailand, and I think it has something like 30, or in Asia, and I think it has like 36 million users already. I wouldn't quote me, but I do believe it was set up to facilitate welfare and economic packages to the economy. But the only issue is, I done some further digging, and I found out that although the Tang app is used for stimulus, that's the word, stimulus and welfare programs, and is a digital wallet system and application, it is not a blockchain-backed system itself. So the fact here was that Velo had ties to the Tang app, which already had ties to this digital baht handout. However, the Tang app is not a new blockchain-backed digital system that the Thai government are looking to now use instead of the prior methods for the previous handouts. So what I'm trying to say here is, I don't know if there is any correlation between Tang and Velo, but I do know that Tang is not a blockchain-backed system. Now, it does say here that this was in September of 2023, there was an app picked for digital handout. The Tang app with 40 million users will be linked to blockchain, okay? It will be linked to blockchain. The app will be integrated with blockchain technology. And it says here, sorry, this is just a bit more about it. The app is an initiative by the Krong Thai Bank to support Thailand's move towards a cashless society. It provides services like e-wallet payments, government bonds investments, health services, and more, significantly used for government, economic, and stimulus welfare programs. So the Tang app has already a massive user base, is perfectly lined up for facilitating this handout. However, there is a new application, and specifically blockchain related, which does tie back to this linking of blockchain with the Tang app. So although there's no no sort of news right now that there's a correlation between the two. If the Tang app does come into play here and Lightnet or Velo Labs technology could facilitate alongside the Tang app to release this digital baht handout, it could be extremely bullish for Velo holders. So again, just to confirm, there at the moment is no new partnership or integrations that has been announced that are reflected in the current information. There is no established relationship between the Tang app and Velo Labs or its products. You need the most updated information to consider checking the latest announcements from both entities. Again, we're waiting to hear, aren't we? In March, the trial system is now underway with this new blockchain-backed wallet system and application. We're just waiting for answers. This is some of the information I wanted to piece together. Now, heading over to separate news, we're just going to have a look at my overall broad market sort of speculation and what I think is coming in 2025. So, albeit considered, we have all of this bullish news in regards to virtual banking licenses between Velo, the EV, MOUs, you've got the digital baht handout, you've got the listing with Kraken Pro. There's so much that's going on. There's so much that's going on in bullish territory. Now, can these charts align with our targets and future targets for projects like Velo and many other altcoins and tie up with a huge alt season that's to come? This is what I wanted to discuss here. So I've said that I've got some posts I shared in a WhatsApp group chat. What do you see? I see alt season 2025 loading. Now, here's why. Very short and brief, okay? So we have Bitcoin dominance, which is the market share of Bitcoin within the overall market, which is currently sitting, or when I took the screenshot, was at 61%. So 61% of the market share was confident in Bitcoin. But at the same time, the Bitcoin dominance has been in this rising channel since 2023 and has now ran into its 100-week EMA resistance. So if we meet this resistance I would expect to meet this resistance very harshly and start to pull back here for Bitcoin dominance, which means that dominance for altcoins could increase. So if we take a look at Ethereum dominance, for example, so you've got Bitcoin dominance that is in the roof at a key level of resistance in this rising channel and its 100-week EMA resistance, but we have ETH dominance that is in the floor at 0.786 support near 9%. Benjamin Cowan likes to say this a lot about ETH coming back home, and it really has come back home. If you look at this right now, we have this resistance and we have this support. Now, this impulsive move here was alt season from 2020 to 2021, where ETH dominance really picked up, and this took altcoins to new highs like never seen before. Absolute euphoria. And at the same time, when this occurred, if we look back at Bitcoin dominance, this is when Bitcoin dominance was absolutely pooping itself. Okay, so right now what we've got is this right here was an alt season where Bitcoin dominance was crashing and Ethereum dominance was increasing. Now, fast forward a few years later, we're back in the same position where ETH dominance is in the floor and Bitcoin dominance is in the roof. So if Ethereum dominance starts to pick up here and starts retracing back to these EMAs, which is really overextended from, when you get this massive gap from the EMAs, you do start to see a potential impulsive move back up. And this is where we could see a V-shaped recovery for ETH dominance, very similar to the past. And if this happens, be prepared for your altcoins to start picking up. ETH is undervalued, it's underrated, and I think, I'm not a holder myself, guys, so I don't have any bias here, but I think it is a key component and structural component and signs for a potential alt season in 2025. Okay, ETH dominance is in the floor, Bitcoin dominance is in the roof. Okay, so very, very good signs for altcoins. Now, if we come over to USDT dominance, so the amount of dominance in stable coins, specifically USDT, we'll notice that USDT has also ran up to its 100-week EMA resistance and is hitting it as resistance. Now, we want dominance to come down here, and when it does come down, it shows confidence for investors in other assets and deploying their USDT into crypto, such as whatever coins it may be, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, whatever it is. Okay, dominance dropping in USDT, dominance is a good thing for altcoins, and we've just ran into a key level of resistance, meaning potentially we are going to drop and lose this level of support, which would tie up with Bitcoin dominance coming down, Ethereum dominance going up, and people getting confidence in investing back into altcoins. Now, the last chart I wanted to look at is others. Now, others is a chart that excludes the top 10 cryptocurrency projects by market cap, and this is what the chart looks like here. Now, this is in some correlation to the USDT dominance, right? Because USDT dominance is at resistance and is looking to pull back, whilst we have others that is at 100-week EMA support looking to bounce. So again, we've been caught in this channel, and the top 10 coins have been caught and coming back for key levels of support. So this was taken, I do believe, a couple of days ago, and you can see that we were tying up with this previous low right here, and have also back tested this 100-week EMA support. So this is a good sign for the top 10, for projects outside of the top 10 market cap, top projects, by market capitalization. If we bounce on support here, this could be also good signs for altcoins, whilst others meets resistance and pulls back, whilst ETH dominance looks to retrace back up to new highs, and whilst Bitcoin dominance looks to retrace back down to local lows. All of these signs, to me, point towards a massive, epic alt season coming in 2025, not financial advice. Now, the next post I wanted to tap onto today was a little bit more about ETH. So BlackRock is heavily accumulating ETH, the World Liberty Finance are heavily accumulating ETH, ETH dominance is on the floor, Bitcoin dominance is in the roof, you know what comes next. And down here you can see that Fidelity bought 9,000 Ethereum on 2 days ago. We have BlackRock, who purchased 100,000 ETH a few days ago, and World Liberty Finance are also accumulating. The Trump family are also bullish on ETH, and people are overlooking this. I think it's a great sign to say that, okay, ETH is being accumulated, it's being stacked. Could we see some upgrades for it in potential 2025? I think one tweet or one announcement could just be the catalyst here to start ETH picking back up again, which would be good for our altcoins. Next, we come over to this post here, where I talk about many large caps have rallied over the past couple of months, creating bullish crosses on the macro time frame in a very short period of time. Now, a lot of these projects, i.e. XRP, I think HBAR might be one of them as well. You know, there's several to name, XLM, but they've all taken really large impulsive moves over the past couple of months, which is great signs, and we form bullish crosses. But right now, when you get that impulsive green big dildo candle, you tend to get these pullbacks, and I think that's what we're incurring here throughout the massive liquidation event that we've seen. And a lot of altcoins are just pulling back for a flipped SR on bull crosses and EMAs, some weekly, some monthly. Ignore the noise, next leg up soon. So tying up with all this information that I've just discussed in regards to my outlook on the overall market, a lot of altcoins are just pulling back to key support from their bull crosses, looking for continuation of the trend. Now, we need to remember for Velo as well, it's the first ever bull cycle for Velo. We've been building in darkness since 2021. Our time will come when it's meant to be, patiently waiting, patiently ready. So it's been a few years, and Velo is without a bull cycle, building exponentially well in bullish territory, whilst alt season looks on the edge and verge of coming. Okay, so that's something else to highlight. Now, I wanted to take a quick look at Bitcoin very quickly and just give a brief breakdown of what I think is happening. So I think over the next sort of few weeks, we either make a decision where we pull back towards 89 to 84K. I think this is a potential, but we could also push up to 115K. Okay, so these are just some sort of ideas I wanted to cover. And right now, from the 109K high, retracing back to the 89K low, Bitcoin is hovering around the 98 to 96K range, which is its golden ratio support. So if Bitcoin can hold this right now and start to push up above 109K, I would expect 115K very soon, and this could take altcoins up with it. Failing that, if Bitcoin does come down any further, I do believe that we have the potential to retrace back down to this 89K, which ties up with the weekly 20 EMA, and failing to hold that, we could come back to 84K at the 1272. So that's just my overall outlook. I think things are still really shaky at the moment until it makes its mind up on which way it wants to go. But we do need to keep in mind here that the 20-week EMA is right below and could act as a level of support. If you'll see in the previous correction, we had these sort of lower highs building over time. We did have these lower lows as well, but we was forming this bullish structural pattern here, and we came back eventually to the weekly 55 before confirming a higher low on it and pushing up to higher targets. So the weekly 20 EMA and the weekly 55 are key support levels for Bitcoin and sit between 89K and 72K. Keep your eyes on Bitcoin, it is king. Next, I wanted to come over to some posts about Velo and regards to its bull crosses, right? So Velo has been in the cusp of forming a monthly 10 and 20 EMA bull cross for the past few months, and you can see that the 20 EMA, which was sat at 0.032 when I took this image a couple of days ago, is key resistance, and we have key support on the 10 EMA, which sits roughly at 0.017. Now, you'll notice that from late 2023 or 2024, I think it was, going into 2025, Velo has been holding this level of support for many months. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months we've been above the monthly 10 EMA. So seeing a close above 0.017 would be a very good bullish sign here for Velo this month. And again, we are just caught in this squeeze between these EMAs. And I do believe that eventually this could form into the first monthly 10 and 20 EMA bull cross. We will have to keep monitoring that moving forward. Next, I wanted to focus on the parabolic curve theory, which by the way still is valid for Velo. And this wave 4, or this pullback that we've had to 0.013, you can see here still ties up very nicely with our parabolic blue curve support. So again, just to give a quick breakdown, I think from this little cluster here, we had the wave 1 low, a wave 2 high up to 0.019. We then pulled back to 0.010, putting a flipped SR on multi-year resistance. So we had this multi-year resistance. We eventually broke out in wave 1, back tested that in wave 2 for support, and also came back to the Adam and Eve resistance for a flipped SR. And then we had the rally, which has taken us up to this 0.038 high, but we've met the monthly 20 EMA, this yellow line, as resistance. So we've had the wave 1, wave 2, this is a wave 3 into resistance, and right now I do believe we're just in this wave 4, which has brought us down to 0.013 before pushing up to the fifth wave, the impulsive fifth wave, which takes us up to 10 cents. So I still think that this sort of accumulation range and underneath this level of key resistance is normal to pull back from, and the next impulsive wave could take us to 10 cents and complete this 5-wave move. But this 5-wave move is a wave within waves and would complete this macro wave 3, which takes us to 10 cents before a correction back down to parabolic curve support at around 0.04 before putting in the final 5th impulsive wave up to 38 cents. So there's waves within waves here, key indicators of resistance, key indicators of support, broken multi-year resistance. There's a lot going on, a hell of a lot going on. I know it seems confusing, but I just wanted to reaffirm we are still intact, albeit considered we have had quite a harsh drawdown. Now, looking at Velo on the lower time frames here, I wanted to study the 4-hour very quickly, a little intricate, not going to touch too much on it, but I have some areas of interest if Velo fails to start getting back above this 20 EMA. So this yellow line right now is key levels of resistance, and Velo has been trying to break above it for the past couple of days. If we fail to break above that, we have key support targets below that could form a higher low in regards to this 0.013 wick that we had back on the 3rd of February. We could be looking for a retracement to 0.016/5/4, 3 areas of interest that I have here to fill in this wick and potentially put in a higher low. So what we want to see now is we've had this wick down to 0.013, we've run up to the 20, we're struggling to break it. If we can't and we do come back, we need to try and form a low that is higher than the previous one to get confirmation of a higher low here, and the fact that 0.013 was the bottom for Velo on the macro. So we need to see these levels hold if we can't break above it. If Velo does start getting above and starts tackling out of 0.019, fantastic. I will cover that coming shortly if it happens. But for now, as we are under this resistance and it is a key level of resistance, these are my targets moving forward that potentially Velo could come to in an area of interest. We also do have a bullish cross on the 4-hour stock RSI, which is great. So we will it will be exciting to see what happens here. But I hope you've enjoyed the content today, guys. From Chart Nerd TA, take care. Peace out.